Hey, and welcome to the Aren't Facebook Ads Really Infuriating edition of 7-Figure Business Secrets. So yeah, guess what I'm doing at the moment? I'm working through my Facebook ad campaigns. I've got a new campaign up and running for the membership site, and I just wanted to share with you, one of the most frustrating things about setting up a business is figuring out how on earth do you get an ads that actually pays for itself. And Facebook ads is probably what 75-80% of people are actually using at the moment. So I thought I'd share with you exactly how you go and make Facebook ads work for you. So if you've got an underperforming ad, so maybe you're not getting the click-through rates you wanted, or maybe it's costing you too much money, or maybe people are clicking through but actually you're not getting the email addresses or the downloads that you're looking for, well, how do you go about fixing it? Well, the beautiful thing about Facebook ads is actually it's very straightforward. It's pretty straightforward, and if you can follow a few simple rules and be organized and not jump around all over the place, chances are that you'll actually figure out your Facebook ad and fix it pretty quickly. And what quite often you hear is people say, "Oh, my Facebook ad isn't working. I'll have to go and redo a product or redo a landing page or do something big." But actually, often it's actually not that complex at all. Quite often you've just got something slightly wrong that's stopping everything else working. So that's what I'm going to do, is to share with you now the basically the 3 steps I use for going through a Facebook ad and figuring out what's actually going wrong, and then most importantly tweaking it to get it working. So the first thing I always do is I have a look and I think about what is the end objective of this Facebook ad. So what ultimately am I trying to sell my customer on? So not right this second, but what is the ultimate objective? Because that helps me figure out who the type of person is that I'm actually looking for, what my customer is, yeah? And the second thing I always do is once I figure that out is think, okay, what is a logical intermediate step? So something that I can give my potential customer for free, without them having to buy it in exchange for their email address or signing up to my website or whatever it is, yeah? And the reason I do that is that most customers, right, I think it's something like 85% of your ideal customers who will buy from you are not going to buy today. They mightn't have the money yet. They might know they need what it is that you sell, but they will have reasons why right this second today they will not be buying for you. So what you actually want to do is you want to capture the fact that they are a potential customer. Yeah, a potential customer, and give them something now in exchange for them telling you they're a potential customer, and you're going to keep in touch with them. And that's a really key part of a Facebook ad strategy, is knowing that you're not going to try and sell everyone right now, because otherwise, if 85% of people aren't ready, it means that you're only targeting 15% of your potential audience. That's terrible, yeah? So that's the second thing. And then the third thing is the actual process itself. And your typical process is you're going to have an ad, Facebook ad. You're going to have that ad directing your customers to do, your prospects to do something, which is typically to go to your website or a landing page and give them an email address. And in exchange for that email address, you're going to give them a lead magnet. Yeah, lead magnets. Yeah, it's that interim step. It's that little tester that you're going to do or give them in exchange for that email address. So if you were, for example, trying to sell houses, you wouldn't try and sell a house, straight off a Facebook ad. But what you might do is offer a lead magnet, which is a brochure on the house prices in Dublin, for example. So if I'm potentially interested in selling my house and I see this lead magnet for house price in Dublin, I'm going to think, well, actually, I'd like to know what my house would be worth, because I'm interested in selling, so I would be very interested in getting that download for free and giving you my email address in exchange for that. Yep, so all makes sense. So that's the interim step. So right, so now let's get on to the Facebook ads. So the first thing about Facebook ads is that the really obvious stuff, but basically you have to make sure you're talking to the right audience. Yeah, it's no good trying to talk to someone who's just not interested in your product, right? So figuring out who your Facebook audience is critical. Now, it's gotten a lot easier nowadays. You don't have to, when you start off your Facebook ad campaign, you don't have to know exactly all that stuff is, because Facebook's algorithm is going to be brilliant at figuring it out for you. So don't worry too much about getting your audience right. Just be prepared to set up an ad, run some traffic to it, see what people are clicking through, what the demographics are, And then Facebook will gradually work out that actually these type of people are more likely to click your ad than those people. And it'll start tweaking it. And you'll start looking at things like age groups. So what type of people are more interested? Is it people over 55? If so, you're going to adjust your audience so Facebook shows more of those ads to the people over 55, and you're not going to show them to younger people. Just an example, yeah? But there's loads of little tweaks like that you're going to be able to do to hone in your audience, right? So that's really absolutely critical, is that you start making time, every second day to go in there and see who is clicking through in your ads and start tweaking, getting rid of the people who are not tweaking your ads. Yeah. So if that is in any way intimidating, go and Google Facebook ad targeting, and you'll see loads of cool little videos from loads of different people who tell you exactly how to do it. It's really straightforward. So you have a plan for your audience, right? The second thing is your copy. Your actual Facebook ad copy is really important, because you're competing with the goldfish attention span. So you need to make it really clear what it is that your bit of bait that you've got out there, your lead magnet, what is so brilliant about that. And what's really, really important is a really snappy headline, 5-6 words, no more. A really nice graphic, some graphic that's attention grabbing and maybe a bit intriguing to go with your words, because people will see the graphic, they'll stop, they'll have a look at your words, and in that, whatever 3 or 4 seconds you've got, they're going to make a decision whether to go click and go through to the next stage, which is your landing page. And that first stage is the thing to focus on first, right? Is you need to have a decent click-through rate. You need to be looking at, if you're not getting any clicks, it means there's something wrong with your picture, your image, and your copy on that ad. So get them right, and before you then start focusing on the second stage. The second stage is okay, you've got a click-through rate and everything, but you haven't got people actually giving you their email address. And what that is telling you is either telling you 2 things. It's telling you, one, your copy on your landing page is abysmal. Yeah, it's just not inviting. It's people are looking at this going, they want my email address. I don't know, I don't trust them. It doesn't sound good enough or intriguing enough. I'm not going to do it. So once you have your click-through rate up, you then start focusing on your, what I call the conversion, which is getting that email address. What percentage of people who land on your landing page are giving you the email address? And again, it's all going to be just tweaking it. Every 2 or 3 days, have a look at your stats, whatever landing page software you're using, lead pages or click funnels or whatever it is, just keep looking at that and checking for that percentage of the people who landed today, what percentage actually sort of signed up. And there's no right or wrong number on that. It all depends on what industry you're in. If you're in, housing, it's probably in the low teens is actually a really good click-through rate. If you're in e-commerce, that'll kill you. You need a click-through rate of 20, 30, 40, even 40% be brilliant. But yeah, that's typically what the figures are. And the other thing about the reason you might be getting email addresses is because the offer you've got, that lead magnet, is just not good enough. It's just not sexy enough. It's not intriguing enough. It's not valuable enough for someone to exchange their emails. So have a look at that as well, and make sure they're valuable. And your lead magnet, right? You don't have to wait for Facebook ads to tell you if it's good or not. You can actually just ask a few friends and say, hey, do you want to read this? And if your friends are going, not really, it sounds a bit boring, don't put it in Facebook. You want your friends going, oh yeah, give me that. So test that out, stick it up there and run through. And the third piece, which is really important, is actually, once you get the email address, is looking after it. So make sure you've got some way, whether it's podcasting or content marketing or, a really good autoresponder sequence, some way of engaging with that person who's just given you the email address. Personally, autoresponders are brilliant. It's a way of sending them two or three quick emails to make sure that they trust you. You tell them about your vision and your products, and make sure that whatever lead magnet you've given them, they're able to use it properly and they find it valuable. And then, and only then, you then say, hey, by the way, I have something for sale, right? So again, going back to your Facebook ads, if they're not working, the first thing you do is make sure you check your audience, right? Are you targeting that correctly? And if not, just every day or two, I suggest 2 days, is just keep going back into your audience targeting and getting rid of the parts of your audience that aren't working, yeah? And very, very quickly, Facebook will help you target it right down to the audience you want. And then secondly, once you've got that sort of nailing and firing away is have a look and make sure you've got really, really nice image, really engaging image, and make sure your copy is engaging too, right? And you'll know if it is if you're getting the right clicks. If you're getting clicks anywhere above 1%, you know you're roughly firing. Yeah. So make sure you got them, and you can always tweak them in the future. And once you get that, you then get onto your landing page. You're getting the clicks, but are you getting the conversions? And keep tweaking your landing page copy and your images. And if you're not sure what to do, Google landing pages and click images, and you'll have loads of examples of people's landing pages that are currently working. And the other great thing about Facebook is the ads feature. So if you've got someone who you think does this really, really well, well, go to their page, and then down on the left side, you'll see, I think it's called ads or ad frequency or something. Click on that, and it'll give you a list of all the ads that person's running at the moment. And then you can actually click their ads, and it brings you to the landing page that they've got. And you can go, ooh, actually, I like the way they've done that ad. That's really cool. I like the way they've done that landing page. They're very successful. Do you know what? I'm going to model my ads and my landing pages on what they're doing. Yeah, pretty good, eh? Okay, so I hope that helps. Again, don't lose heart of the Facebook ads. It's all it is. It's a process, and if you just follow it through, follow the steps through, you will get there, right? It's just maths. It's just tweaking. It's just learning and working through. Right, hope that helps, and I shall talk to you shortly. Bye.